Protests erupt across China as regime tightens security and restricts drone use. Recent protests and clashes between residents and police have broken out across multiple regions in China, highlighting growing public frustration over environmental concerns, land disputes, and local governance, while the Chinese regime has moved to tighten security controls, including sweeping new restrictions on civilian drone use. The wave of unrest across China has prompted heightened security in the capital, Beijing, and analysts say the measures are linked to concerns about political stability and the safety of the leadership. Protests across multiple regions. In the central Chinese city of Wuhan, tensions have escalated over a battery manufacturing project. Local residents have opposed the project since February, citing environmental risks. On March 8, thousands of homeowners staged a street protest that was dispersed by police, with several demonstrators detained. Residents surrounded a deputy mayor's vehicle during the confrontation, demanding the release of those arrested. Although the official had previously pledged to suspend the project, construction has continued, and the regime has intensified pressure on activists. Protests reignited on the night of March 28, when hundreds of residents again took to the streets calling for the project's cancellation. Around 11 p.m., police moved in, using force to disperse the crowd and detaining multiple people, according to witnesses and online videos. A large police presence remained in the area the following day. In southern Guangdong province, demonstrations have also continued in Shuku town over plans to build a crematorium near residential areas and a local school. On March 25, hundreds of protesters marched through the streets, with estimates from local residents putting turnout at around 3,000. Witnesses said police detained numerous participants and that several people were injured, although exact figures remain unclear. Police have since tightened control in the surrounding areas, restricting movement and conducting ID checks of travelers and commuters. Residents have objected to the project's proximity to the local elementary school and a water source. Earlier protests from March 17 to 19 had already led to violent confrontations between residents and riot police outside government offices. Elsewhere, smaller-scale protests and disputes have also turned confrontational. In China's Inner Mongolia, villagers gathered on March 25 to demand unpaid land lease fees from a seedling company, only to be dispersed by police. That same evening, a parking dispute at a residential complex in Sichuan province escalated into a large protest after residents accused developers and property managers of imposing unauthorized fees and restricting access. Police intervened, with reports of injuries and arrests. Resistance and tightened security. Analysts say the protests reflect deeper social pressures. Xing Shui, a Canada-based Chinese writer and pro-democracy activist, told the Epoch Times that the scale of the protests in Guangdong suggests growing frustration among residents. When people feel they have no way to protect their basic living conditions or be heard, that sense of desperation can outweigh fear of punishment, she said. In some cases, grievances appear to be evolving beyond specific disputes into broader political anger. In late March, Chinese rights activist and entrepreneur Shen Qijia posted a video online describing mistreatment by regime authorities, including detention and the seizure of more than 4 million yuan in assets. In the video, Shen denounced the Chinese regime and declared, "I am already in rebellion as an individual." Amid signs of increasing unrest, the Chinese regime has stepped up visible security measures. Video footage circulated online on March 29 showed a heavy police presence along Chang'an Avenue, or Chang'anjie, one of the capital's main thoroughfares that passes Tiananmen Square and the Forbidden City. 2 days earlier, the Chinese regime announced sweeping new regulations placing the entire city under controlled airspace for unmanned aerial vehicles, according to Chinese state media Beijing Daily. Under the rules, all outdoor drone flights require prior approval, and activities such as manufacturing, modifying, transporting, or storing drones without authorization are prohibited. The regulations, which take effect May 1, also require all drones to be registered by April 30. The regime said the measures are necessary to address low-altitude security challenges in the capital. Su Tsuyun, a research fellow at Taiwan's Institute for National Defense and Security Research, told the Epoch Times that the comprehensive controls reflect concerns that drones could be weaponized or used in attacks on political leaders. Unlike regulations in many other countries that focus on aviation safety, he said, China's approach extends across the entire supply chain, from production to end use, and includes real name registration requirements for buyers. Ning Haizhong and Luo Ye contributed to this report.